Derek Bell is with Ministry Employer Solutions. He's the Business Development and Program Manager. We have been working with Ministry for a number of years. They're actually one of our first healthcare system clients, and we've had a lot of success working together. Derek himself is a WELCOA faculty member and also successfully working on moving from an primarily operational role in implementing programs to more of a business development role. So, Derek, with that, please press on.
Excellent. Thank you, Gavin, and thank you so much for this opportunity to share. This is great information. I'm sure that the listeners are appreciating all the different ways that US Health Center is really helping a lot of different companies advance their services. So we appreciate that. You know, when we first started working, I think that the best way, and it's great that we're the first healthcare partner of US Health Center, but what I can definitely say that we wanted to look at was for that vendor relationship for your HRA and other services like that you're providing. It's a competitive marketplace, but you're really trying to find the partner that's your problem solver versus a problem. And we have, it's somewhat reflected a little bit in what Aurora brought up earlier, but our HRA and the other services that we want need to help us identify, as Gavin, as you said, those fact-based decision opportunities. And not all HRAs will do that, even though a lot of them might say they do. So our relationship started initially with the trust in that the information that you were collecting and the manner in which we were getting it and the ways that we could work with you were helping us solve problems for our companies rather than being a problem in and of itself or creating other problems. And so our relationship has been significant and strong since those initial steps a few years ago. And we'll talk about our first client group here in a second. But to let you know and to let everyone know a little bit more about Ministry, we have 12,000 associates here in the state of Wisconsin, and that includes previously the Affinity Health System as well. And that has 700 clinicians. We have 15 hospitals, 46 clinics, and we have 31 on-site employer-sponsored programs, and that can range from a full-blown clinic to nurse practitioners, RNs, and other health and wellness services on site. We most recently joined the Ascension family, which includes 149,000 associates in 24 states, and Ascension is the largest nonprofit healthcare provider in the U.S. So our relationship among even our own clinics is changing over here, and in the next year we'll be growing into a full state system for Ascension. So it's really exciting for us, and it provides us great opportunities to continue to expand what we do with you. What we primarily do together, the simplest way to explain is you've had the opportunity to be with us for really the full breadth of growing our health and wellness programming here as our HRA vendor and also other wellness programming resource. But we build our programs, and those can mean many things. We'll go over a couple of those here in a second. We have several client groups we work with, and right now we're servicing around 3,000 employees that are using US Health Center in that capacity. Our first client they're a retail, family-owned and operated company, and they have a variety of different services from automotive repair and tire center, but also they have a lot of convenience stores and subways and a lot of different types of properties and companies that are part of their company portfolio. So when I get to that point about being a problem solver is with this company we had two primary issues that we needed to focus on. One was geography, because they have 50 total sites throughout central Wisconsin and northern Michigan. But also at those sites we have small populations in a lot of them. So we needed to find the best way to program to them and create a wellness program that they could access and then report, and then we could track some of their health improvements despite the fact that we're not able to touch them. And your resources helped us develop that structure. We see great participation with this company. A lot of it's merely access and programming, and we've definitely seen some risk burden decrease. You can see here in the slide that by 1,500 in the cohort group that has been using this program, been part of the program for the entirety of it. With the program structure and incentives, this company provides cash incentives for HRA participation, and then they have several other voluntary programs that people can participate in, their employees, their associates, and their spouses. That includes a Healthy Fit, which is a fitness-based program. They can complete an assessment once or twice a year, depending upon how they score, and earn more incentives. But I'd like to talk just briefly here about the HealtheBeat program, because that's really the cornerstone of where we utilize your resources for. We start with their Wellcentive score, and then we start building health and wellness goals based on what we find in their individual personal health report. We have a result review where we go over the material, their health report that you've provided, and then we develop a goal for them, and they can earn up to $200 cash incentive by completing a goal, and that's really built on the information that we start with provided by your personal health report. So that's a real critical step for health improvement for this client. And then we also, in terms of the services provided, we look at what we can do with our lab results. One of the advantages that we've found, and we greatly appreciate, and this client is one of the groups that we do this with, we use an expanded blood panel, and that includes your lipid and glucose profile, but also your complete blood count and your metabolic profile. Several different tests, upwards of 30 total tests that we're assessing. The reason why we do that, first of all, is because you have tools that are built on predictive modeling, and you have the analytics that help us use this information. But for our reporting piece, when we have our health report, we also have all that additional blood work information available to us and all of our on-site providers. So our nurse practitioners and our RNs and our health educators and coaches can all access massive amounts of information that's really available to the client at the point of service, so we don't have to go through stages of collecting information in order to provide point of service, direct health and wellness related or lifestyle related health improvement information. And so that's been a real benefit for us with regards to this client and several others, is our ability to utilize more than just your standard lipid glucose profiles, which is often the case with a lot of HRA providers. Our next client example is on the other spectrum of length and history with utilizing not only your resources but us as well. It's a fairly new client for us. It's an insurance provider, and they are, as opposed to the previous company being self-insured, this group is fully insured. And they just launched their wellness program in 2014, and then they built a set of incentives for 2015. We also have a little bit of a problem with geography with this client, so we utilize your resources with your, the personal health desktop comes in handy for us, and we also utilize a lot of your wellness modules and other resources available to the clients in order to get them engaged in their health and wellness and provide participation opportunities, even though we are not able to be located in the many states. I believe it's a total of 10 different states that the company has reps located in. And their primary offices are here in Wisconsin, but they have sales teams around in the entire country. So you have small pockets of people that you have to program for, and through health counts and then all of the tools available at the website, personal health dashboard, we're able to provide programming pieces for them. And again, as we've seen with all the data, we're able to reduce risk burden with this group, and then also we utilize health counts to track the rewards, program participation, and activities that they participate in, and that gives us the template to work from. And again, here we import the lab work. We complete the screenings, but we import the lab work and then utilize all the information that we can gather. I think the other key point with both of these clients that we greatly appreciate, and the aggregate report is something that is very critical for us and is an important step in programming. And what we found is that we greatly appreciate the US HealthCenter's ability to provide us a lot more information regarding productivity and absenteeism, presenteeism, and a lot of other additional information that is more than, or I guess you can say is an extension beyond a lot of your typical lifestyle behaviors, because we also employ a lot of physical therapists at our companies on site. So we'd like to know, in addition to obesity, what are some pain and pain-related issues, and what are the costs associated with those, and are there opportunities for us to enhance programs and services so that we're really utilizing all of US Health Center's tools to help us realize our total lifestyle care model and our approach to making sure that we're doing our best job. Now, in terms of the future with US Health Center, a lot of things that we're looking to grow, and I'm sure that it's safe to say that a lot of people that are on this call are in the same situation. We're continually analyzing how we can best assess our claims with the groups that we're working with. And we love working with US Health Center in this capacity to help us do a better job of identifying the best areas for assessing claims. And again, utilizing health counts for programming and campaigns. And we're also glad that US Health Center will be presenting at our 2016 Ministry Wellness Summit here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. And small parts of our partnership, but actually have great legs within our own client base and our own company. We shared, US Health Center shared their health observances calendar with us, and we're able to send that around the system. It provides our RNs and our MPs and a lot of our clinic staff the opportunity to have information that they can access right away to make sure that they're staying on top of what is going on in health and wellness, and provide information for their client groups. And then we're also looking for expansion of our population health management opportunities and clients and on-site providers. And again, there we really appreciate the opportunities that we see with the reporting mechanisms here. And especially with the opportunities with the expanded blood panels for what we do, it helps us identify some real specific problems with companies and have really great conversations with them about their drug, maybe perhaps their prescription drug use that's showing up in some of their blood work, with commonly linked issues regarding some of their elevated or significantly abnormal blood results. Those are difficult conversations if you don't have the information, and when you have it, it really helps you drive the client towards great success in their health and wellness programming. So those are when we get back to the fact-based decision opportunities we talked about, there isn't a greater client that we've found that we can work with and partner with and help make that happen in US Health Center.
Well, Derek, thank you so very much. We've had an incredibly attentive audience. I have the benefit of looking at the attentiveness of the attendees, and it's been excellent. So hopefully the content was great. In summary, we were hoping to share with the attendees through our panelist discussions where we can work. We've hit a lot of opportunities and targets from industry, location, size, technology, services, and types of organizations, and so much appreciative for your attendance. Thank you. We have webinars every Wednesday. We can take one more minute and share a question. There's just one question that came up a couple times, and that was about the service, the client service experience. And I think a number of you folks mentioned the partnership, but we have a couple of expert consultants on our staff in Rachel and Janine and Beth that have been working with specifically in the healthcare area. So I don't know if any of the panelists want to address the service aspect of it. I don't want to do too much of an infomercial here, but that's one question that came up a couple of times.
Well, Gavin, I can say, this is Derek from Ministry, that is the biggest reason why we continue to have a relationship that we consider to be thriving, is your service for us and to the groups that we work with, even for the individuals on the user end of the HRA or whatever other parts of the tools that they're interfacing with. But we find that because you're able to work and understand what our needs are and work together on those, that it is a great benefit over other HRA vendors or companies of this kind too that we've either worked with or have had discussions with, that your ability to help us program and modify some parts of pieces that we've been using for years in order to meet our needs has just been tremendous, and that is one of the biggest benefits of using you.